We're back with Jennifer Thompson, the founder of Healing Justice. We're also joined by Clarence, Nancy, and Ricky, who all suffer from trauma due to being convicted for crimes they didn't commit. Mark Godsey is from the Ohio Innocence Project. We also now have joining us PTSD specialist, Dr. Eugene Lipov. And Dr. Lipov, before I come to you, Dr. Dow, you are a psychotherapist. I have to believe that there are just certain things in life where you could sit there and talk to a counselor 24 hours a day, but you can't process what happened to these three individuals.
That's absolutely right. I mean, I don't think that there is any amount of therapy that can ever erase what happened to any of you.
But the one thing, and I want Dr. Lipov to address this, because we've learned so much about when people undergo a trauma, whether it be on a specific occasion or be something that happens over the course of years, we have learned a lot more about what that does physiologically. Tell us a little bit about the project you've been working on with patients dealing with PTSD.
I look at PTSD as a biological phenomenon. So basically, when the body is put through an extreme circumstance of any form, to me, it's basically a fight and flight response is kicked into long gear. I could see you smiling there. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? A mild sound can set it off, and where you'd like to sit and be comfortable, the energy right here is you're driving at 1,000 miles per hour, right? That's exactly what we're talking about. And for example, in your case where you were raped and then you had a secondary trauma of falsely accusing somebody is also, I can't even imagine how horrible that would feel. Because you're trying to recover from this trauma, and you got this trauma, you got trauma going on there. I'm in awe that you guys are even standing here. So biologically, the way I see it is that your part of the brain grew new nerve fibers. Sympathetic fibers are there in your brain that have changed, and it continues keeping you there. And the reason God gave us those things is to stay in life, tough circumstance. You survived through jail, which I'm sure was not a fun experience. You had isolation, which is another trauma altogether, right? But all of that, the commonality to me, all those nerve fibers have grown in there, and basically it's kicking in too much norepinephrine or adrenaline in your system. It's keeping you revved up. So my particular method is an injection in the neck that's been done since the 20s. I was able to figure out that when I do that injection, what it does, it turns off those new nerve fibers and goes back to the pre-trauma state. So we've treated a number of special operations officers, and they were able to stay calm and cool. And it could last for a number of years. We've had the first military guy who treated had to shoot a child laden explosive in Iraq. He came home, he tried to kill his wife 3 times. We did 2 injections, been 8 years out. He's doing great. The same wife, no more violence, he's doing great. So the point is, I think there is hope. That's the only thing, if I could give you anything today, is I think there is hope to reverse this stuff. You don't have to live in misery forever.
More with our guests when we come back.